first documented use of it goes back before the time of Christ. It's not like the 1960s was not the first time the church ever saw it. Okay? So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we live beyond reproach in our interaction with this. One thing I also want to outline is that I will go through this a little bit. If anyone has any questions, you can ask me outside. But marijuana is not risk-free. Don't think that it's risk-free. For some people with mental health issues, where they're just on the border of being functional, smoking marijuana, it will basically lead to something called toxic psychosis, where it will trigger mental health problems. There's actually also, this is well documented, that people can be perfectly mentally healthy and they can have kind of a genetic glass jar where they smoke marijuana one time. And what it does is it activates a gene. That gene triggers bipolar and schizophrenia. Once triggered, that gene does not shut off. One time. There's quite a few cases that, not a lot, okay? Not to, do scaremongering or something, but it's real, okay? And for people with mental health issues, it's gonna make any mental health issue far, far, far worse. Now, one of the common prohibitions that people use, or passages that people use in the Bible to say, oh, it's wrong, is in Galatians chapter 5, verse 20. And in there's a word in the original Greek, pharmakia, which is what we're going to talk about. And that word is where we get our language pharmacy, okay, or the administration of drugs. Okay? Now, if pharmakia is witchcraft, but actually let's go to Galatians 5 and read the passage first. On Galatians. Okay. Galatians 5:19. It says here, the acts of the sinful nature are obvious. Galatians 5:19. Sexual immorality, impurity, debauchery, idolatry, and witchcraft. There's that word in Greek, it's pharmakia. Hatred, discord, jealousy, fits of rage, selfish ambition, dissensions, factions, and envy, drunkenness, orgies, and the like. I warn you, as I did before, that those who live like this will not inherit the kingdom of God. Well, does that passage right there, does pharmakia, if we translate it as drugs, administering of drugs, does that mean that if pharmakia is witchcraft, are all pharmacists evil witches? Yes. Well, a long time ago, basically I'm going to kind of skip to the punchline on this. It's not very good scholarship of Greek. It's basically the same as saying, because I'm a chemist, the original language, the original word for chemist was alchemist. And alchemists from ancient times would basically try to make lead into gold. Now the physicists did that. Go for it, Mike. Now, but the chemists never did. But saying that basically because alchemists tried to turn lead into gold, and I'm a chemist now, and the root of chemist is alchemist, that I must be trying to make lead into gold for a job. No. Okay? The words, definitions change and modify over time. So we want to ask ourselves, why did they translate pharmakia as witchcraft in the New Testament? Well, because it means witchcraft. So you can have a lot of different meanings for a word. Like for instance, I use the word drugs. You can have like over-the-counter medication. you can have prescription medications, or you can have illegal drugs, like intoxicants. Three different uses of the word, three different contexts. Well, as it turns out, pharmakia, the way it's used, the context is witchcraft. And culturally, kind of the reason why people might think this is because at the time, a witch or a warlock, whatever you want to call them, would have probably used incantations, and they would have also likely tried to give potions either to whoever they're trying to heal or who would have drank them themselves, right? So pharmakia is translated as witchcraft because it's actually witchcraft. Okay? It's not the administration of drugs. Now, I just want to point out that the administration of drugs is not against the Bible. Okay? Like, for instance, Jesus himself said, those who are well have no need of a physician, but those who are sick. Well, what do physicians do? Frequently, they administer drugs, right? In Mark 5:26 and Luke